So let's go now to senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy with more on this development and the shakeup in the president's cabinet. Hi, Peter.
And Martha, when I saw this news, I called an administration source to ask what was going on, and they told me that they were going to send me some spicy reaction. And what I am about to read is both spicy and not subtle. The text reads as follows. It was time. Replacing Kristi was based on the culmination of her many unfortunate leadership mishaps, including the fallout in Minnesota, the $200 million ad campaign, the allegations of infidelity, the mismanagement of her staff, and her constant feuding with the heads of other agencies, including CBP and ICE. Kristi's drama sadly overshadowed and distracted from the administration's extremely popular immigration agenda, which will continue full force. And so it sounds like the only thing that was really saving her job was that the border remained pretty much closed. They are rattling off a number of very big stories that swirled up, but her job was safe. There would be a little mini scandal. She was safe. President Trump would get asked about it. He was pleased, but he was keeping tabs. And now she's gone. Martha?
Yeah, I mean, it was asked about, up until the State of the Union address, whether or not he was, going to make any changes. And he wasn't at that point ready to speak about that, I guess. But now it became clear today that there was a consensus. And, as you say, according to these inside scoop on exactly why it happened. They're not pulling any punches on this. They seem a little very unhappy, I would say, about this list of things. And we know that the president wasn't happy about the video that he saw coming out of Minnesota. He felt it looked too aggressive. It didn't look good. He said that himself publicly. And it seems like the straw that broke the camel's back was supplied by Senator Kennedy when he asked that question at this open hearing the other day. It seems like there were a group of senators that are not going to be too disappointed about this and may have been trying to pull the strings to make it happen, Peter.
Yes, and there's been a lot more stability with cabinet-level officials in this second Trump term than there was in the first Trump term. She is the biggest name to depart the administration so far, and we were under the impression, and folks that you talked to in the White House and close to the White House, that everybody was in place now through the midterms. So President Trump had to have been really steamed about this incorrect testimony that she gave about the ad campaign to finally decide to make a move before the midterms.
Indeed. Many unfortunate failures of leadership is the phrase that is coming out of the White House this afternoon with regard to Kristi Noem, as the president clearly looks to move beyond this leadership in DHS and bring in Senator Markwayne Mullin for stability and tighter purse strings, no doubt, going forward as he runs the department and as the department deals with some very real security concerns on the ground. And we hear about the potentially looming homeland issues with regard to potential terrorism as we watch the war unfold in the Middle East. Peter, thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.